Relationships aren't easy and they take a lot of hard work and effort. So joining us this morning is Dr. Carmen Harra to give us some advice on toxic relationships in our life. Dr. Harra, what's the first sign of being in a toxic relationship?
Toxic relationships are kind of becoming the new norm, and they're very poisonous and harmful. So people become immune to toxicity lately, and they think it's normal to be in a toxic relationship. But toxic relationship, as I said, can be extremely damaging for your well-being. And I'm gonna give you some very common signs of toxicity in a relationship. Like for instance, jealousy. Jealousy goes to an extreme and is constantly associated with outbursts of anger. That's a sign of toxicity. If there's possessiveness involved, which means that your partner is isolating you from others, that's another sign of toxicity. Very common lately, we see cheating. Cheating is extremely damaging because if you're in a relationship that infidelity is involved, the integrity of that relationship is lost. You start to feel unworthy. And, it's time to reconsider your worth. And if your partner cannot see your worth, then you should. So it's time to actually move on. Lying, very common in toxic relationship, especially if lying is a pattern of behavior. And that's actually a sign of a pathological disorder. People who lie all the time, they actually, consider that that's their own reality and it's okay to lie. But people should move on if there's lying, because the trust is gone. And if the trust is gone again, the integrity is gone in that relationship. The worst actually sign of toxicity is violence. And one episode is way too many. So if you are in a relationship where there's violence, the advice of any counselor, any therapist is walk away right away. Don't stay in something like this. It's extremely damaging for your well-being. Another sign of toxicity is addiction. We see a lot of addiction lately. People becoming addicted to drugs, to alcohol, and developing all this kind of mental disorder, compulsive disorder, personality, panic disorder, anxiety to the extreme. So if you allow in a relationship addiction to exist, you might turn into somebody you don't want to be. So be careful and go for professional help if you see addiction in the relationship. And another one that people don't pay attention is indifference. It's some kind of a silent form of toxicity when your partner keeps on avoiding you. Your partner doesn't want to acknowledge that you exist. The communication is gone. So again, time to reconsider. You deserve better. Try to create healthy, stable, and balanced relationship by avoiding toxicity by all means.
Dr. Carmen, thank you so much for all of those tips and some signs on if you are in a toxic relationship. We'll have more information posted on WTOL11.com. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.